Hey Libra, hope you had a safe landing into 2025 and that you're starting to feel a little release off that pressure valve now that we got out of that south node position, man. Heavy is the head, man. Heavy is the head that has to hold down that post, I have to say. Passed on the baton to Virgo. And so hopefully you're starting to feel a little relief from finally being out of that heavy duty karmic work, Libra. We're going to dive into your look ahead for 2025. I'm opening with the herbal astrology oracle for you. We're going to get baseline energy. We're going to check out what you hopefully left behind in that south node that's not trailing behind you. And then we're going to check out what your overarching theme is for the year ahead. And then we'll see what your north node potential is if you do what you need to do to activate it, because we do have to get to work in order to call in that new dawn we want to see. So this is for any significant Libra placement, if you have a prominent placement in the 7th house, or if you are an Aries rising, which makes you a Libra descendant. All right, so without further ado, let's dive into it. Baseline energy, what you hopefully left behind in the south node. Oh, I see that there was some sacrifice in the name of love. Yes, in the name of love, a little karmic cleansing here, a little release of some bad blood in a particular love connection. I do feel like this was necessary. Sometimes it's necessary to have some pruning in order for things to come together again in a new way, in order for love to pierce your heart yet again. Sometimes the way through has to be made through some kind of release, some kind of transformational process. I do feel like you really return to the source of love within yourself. In 2024, you've been working a lot more with that lunar essence, moving more into a space of receptivity, listening to what you're feeling, tapping into your intuition, going with the flow, releasing, not holding on, being more open to a higher plan when it comes to love as well. Also, tapping into higher love through getting some higher ground. There's definitely been growth here through whatever was released. It looks like two are really in that space. Looks like something that needed to be released in order for there to be a transformation in love, because there is that energy very indicative here of future growth to come in, but the pruning was necessary. Rose energy, rose is a good ally for you to work with. You can't get this beauty of the bloom of the rose until you've grasped the thorns. That is part of the deal, man. And love is an outlaw, right? So it can be quite unpredictable the way things flow. And some things make more sense in time, but I do see that there is a rose that will come into bloom for you through what was sacrificed here, through what was released. 12th house activity in relation to that. Hanged man energy. You may have had to just sort of hang out for a while, integrate an experience that had a profound effect on you. As you were closing these cycles, it was really important for you also possibly to get a better view of a situation that really encompasses more dimension, I'm hearing. You may have had to really revisit some spaces, some situations where there was bad blood. So certain things could be cleansed away. That's what I got, okay? So hopefully there's some old love story I got that you released here. It's an old love story. You really got to look at that from a multi-layered perspective. It could be a particular perspective you've had about love, or sort of what you've told yourself is possible for you in terms of really being able to find that kind of love connection you're looking for. Maybe even ways that you've struggled to love yourself at times in the past. And a lot of that kind of like coming back around to reflect certain things to you, to reflect your growth to you too, I'm hearing here. All right, Libra, let's check it out. Let's see what your overarching theme is for 2025. So you may want to work with rose essence. You know, you can get a beautiful rose water just to like spritz your face. It's also lovely to just sort of spritz in the atmosphere around you as well. It's great aura cleanser, okay? So you might still be in sort of a sensitive space. I think that you've been pushed to some pretty vulnerable places in 2024, so you could really get to the center of love within yourself. You know, you might have been broken open a bit, Libra, in 2024. It was necessary for there to be some kind of release, that was long overdue. Yeah. Okay, finally, here comes the ally. Oh, wow, Libra. Okay, well, it looks like there is some gift that does come through here. You've had this miraculous chalice energy coming out for you, this big Ace of Cups pouring into your life that's a bit magical with this Raven medicine coming in here, which is you on the medicine wheel, Libra. You are Raven. So there's something almost miraculous, I feel, that is coming into alignment for you in 2025. And it might play out a lot differently than you expected. Okay. There's something about this. It does have that sort of miraculous feel to it, the miraculous chalice message. I'll put up a card for it in your read because it's 7:11 on the clock. Okay, that's the time. Yes, this is something that is right on time. You may feel that it's long overdue, but it's actually right on time. Damiana coming in here, the number 11 coming in here. So we did have a changing of the nodes of destiny that occurred on the 11th. They went to South Node, got passed into Virgo, and North Node is now in Pisces. So do pay attention to those houses in your chart, the 12th house, the 6th house, see what action you got going on there just to tap into how that shifting is going to influence you as this year plays out. Also check out where you have your Jupiter, Neptune placements for Pisces and any Pisces placements, just to see how that's going to influence that destiny you're trying to enact here in 2025. Also check out where you have your Virgo placements, where you have your Mercury. That's important too, okay? A lot will be revealed to you about how these polarities of North Node, South Node will play out in your life, not only through this year, but the first half of 2026 as well. Usually the nodes, once they change, they're in place for about a year and a half. So this just coming in as a side note, but what I'm really getting here is some kind of new beginning coming in for you right out the gate as we enter 2025 that sort of sounds a signal of what's to come. And I believe it will arrive sometime around that new moon that we have in Aquarius on the 29th of this month, because it's holding that same 11 energy. So there's something here that is signaling a certain alignment coming in for you this year. And we do have the beloved here. So you may be getting into the sweetness of the rose. You may have had to go through some really tough stuff as you were initiated into the house of love, Libra. I mean, it is your house. The 7th house is all about love and deep, soulful, committed relationships, not just passing fancies, you know, something that endures, something where there's a sense of devotion, you know, to the beloved, this kind of energy. We also got Damiana coming in here. So I also feel there's something else that you're really sinking into more this year, aside from it looks like opening up to a counterpart, somebody that you're meant to come into alignment with. I do feel you first came into this alignment within yourself. You know, you came into that place of really experiencing that integration where you didn't feel divided anymore. Once you really landed in your heart, you realized a certain cohesiveness that had been lacking in your life that gave you a real deep well of inner strength. Okay. But this is a counterpart showing up. So there is somebody you're going to unite with. There will be a new beginning in love for those that are open to it, for those that desire it. Not everybody wants that. But if you've been wanting that, you're finding that. I also feel this is the beginning of some kind of creative growth spurt. There's something that you're going to create here too that is a bit of an act of love, and it's a bit of what you learned through coming into that place within yourself, from making that long journey from the head to the heart. I also feel this is a time when you're going to be a lot more focused on pleasure in 2025, 11 on the clock. All right, this is off to a good start, okay? Some more of a sensual experience this year, more of a sensual flow. And when you think sensual, don't just think in terms of intimacy. Think in terms of just all of your senses really engaged. I got feast for the senses kind of energy. So yes, there's something that you're really indulging here. You're really indulging your senses this year. They're very heightened. They may be involved in some kind of work you're doing. And I also feel like there's this coming together with another as well that heightens this experience. It's a bit magical. It's a bit of the mystery moving through your life with Raven medicine there. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what your destiny potential is in 2025, Libra. What is the destiny that Libra is meant to activate through all that work they did in the South Node while they were hosting that energy? What is the destiny they're meant to activate in 2025? All right, cut of the deck on this one. Rue, protection. Okay. So yes, this is really about, balancing the shadow and light. There's a certain judgment call that's been made in relation to the old cycle that's brought about a state of balance. I do feel like you rose above challenges in the past. For some of you, these challenges may have been connected to a Leo, but I do feel that there is protection in place here now. Okay, so there is something that's warded over with that 4 energy. That's big Emperor energy, Aries energy. So yes, I do feel like there is some kind of work you did. There's something you did to bring things into a state of balance. With the close of those nodes of destiny being you holding down the South Node and Aries was in the North Node there, this sort of got your path that leads up to that destiny on lock. Like there's a lot of warding energy here. I got 1344 on the clock, 444 energy, also a lot of power and potency here. So I do feel like that warding has been necessary. It's been necessary for there to be protection. So this is just sort of coming through as an affirmation that something is protected for you, which is nice to hear. Yes. Ooh, I like that. And with that, we have trust. Okay. Trust. Everything is being woven into destiny at this time. Those threads of fate are currently being woven. The memory is being activated with that whale medicine in the backdrop. That's ancestral memory coming through. That's memory in the DNA. And it's coming into alignment with the North Node. You see, this is something that was meant to happen at this time. It's going to bring a lot of joy into your life with the hummingbird medicine. And it's something that spirals out from your heart. So see, this is why it was so necessary for you to have that time to yourself. And I think at one point, you kind of dropped the coordinates. See that compass? It's like it's dripping there. It's sort of very surrealistic, I have to say. But you recognize that the direction wasn't going to be something you found outside of yourself. It's all sourced right here, okay? And there is a new dawning that is secured here. We have Neptunian energy. We also have the moon hanging out there as influences here. So I do feel like pay attention to your Neptune and your moon placements. They're really going to guide you into this expansion and how to really give yourself over to it. We also have the number 8 here. So yes, strength. You do have the strength to overcome anything that had the potential to hold you back in the past year. You just have to trust with Bob and Sana coming in here. So you may want to work with any of these if you want to, also do some additional warding. Rue, which you can usually find through a Botanica, is really great for doing spiritual cleansing work with, especially like spiritual cleansing baths. It's pretty traditional. So you might want to do, a little bit of that cleansing too, just to sort of support this and open you up to trust as well. But there's a certain vantage point you're gaining here. There's a certain vantage point you're gaining here that's really bringing you into alignment with that mountain medicine in the back. You also got a lot of ancestral energy hanging out here that's guiding you. And you are in the process now where it's like you already went through the devolution. Now you're in the revolution period where you're starting to call that creative energy in. I don't think that you're really concerned about having all the details. I feel like you're really moving through this with trust. So it's sort of affirming the energy that you just need to continue to hold this space, that there's protection here. Trust in your vision, trust where your heart's leading you. As long as you stay connected to that, you're going to stay right on track here. And do turn to your moon sign and where you got Neptune in your chart, what's going on there, right? Because that's also going to inform you about the way forward. I got in terms of just like directional coordinates there, right? Okay, interesting energy to open up, Libra. Pretty good read, man. Right out the gate. I hope so, man. There was a lot of testing there, but let's look at the hand of fate, 1733 on the clock. All right, so 8 energy coming in. There is definitely something that is coming into its manifestation point for you, and it is a building block for the future. It could have something to do with communications. It also may require that you really get some kind of like real stable routine in place so you can exert focus in this direction that really keeps you on track too. There could be the potential for some distractionary energy. 1808 on the clock. 808 is an angel number of being on the right track. And yes, there is some new beginning coming in here, but with that Virgoan energy in the South Node, you do want to make sure that you keep your focus, otherwise you might become a little too like sort of lofty with the energy. You know what I mean? You take it too much up into the ether, and then the next thing you know, you're wandering off into the alfalfa and you got all these ideas, but you don't have the avenue to channel them through. Virgo can really teach you that, okay? So really pay attention to where you have Virgo in your chart. Pay attention to where you got Mercury in your chart. Look at that 6th house too. What's going on there? All of that can really help you here, right? Just coming in right off the bat. All right, this is going to be your hand of fate, the rough stuff, the challengers on your path. So I already feel that's a challenge for you. Staying on task, staying focused, not getting distracted. Okay, really important to establish some kind of work routine. I got, especially, okay, Libra, will be very helpful for you. It will bring balance. It will bring more rooting and balance here, okay? There needs to be some kind of transformation. And this will be very supportive for you, because I do feel like there is a little character here that's hanging out on the periphery that's, up to a little monkey business, and they may want to distract you. This person's a little bit of a shapeshifter character, okay? And there may be some people that are wanting to come back into contact with you, some people that are wanting to reconnect with you. Okay, some of those people are very friendly, you know, they're people you're meant to reconnect with. And some of those people have ulterior motives. So you're going to have to really be, you know, aware of who you let back in here, Libra. It's important, okay? We're looking at your challengers and potential reversals here. It's necessary to look at this stuff. We don't look at everything that's all good. I mean, Rue wouldn't be coming in for you for no reason, Libra. I mean, Rue is all about, you know, warding against spiritual work too. It's very specific for that, all right? So you could have some people, they're throwing some stuff your way too. So you do need to be mindful of that. So that might just be a good clue right off the bat. Just really stay on your energy cleansing this year, Libra, will benefit you greatly. Just do it in advance, you know, maybe you need to get into somewhat of a routine with that. Just coming in here. All right, so let's check it out. 3 of Swords. Yeah, I can see you have some vulture energy here. With that stag gone down, that stag to me represents that stone of destiny. It represents arriving at that north node activation. You do have some greedy people here who want to pick at what you're creating. So you need to be mindful of this. With the 3 of Swords, you know this well. You know this well, okay? They are bound to steal some treasure of yours, or what they perceive will be a treasure when you get where you want to go. And so they want to try to tear this down ahead of time. And it's one of those things, you know, this appears like there's wanting to cause some sense of affinity, you know, familiarity, approachability here coming in, because there's sort of like suspicious connections wanting to be formed, just in the sense that some are friendly and some are beneficial and others are not. It's a front. I think as long as you stay connected to your intuition, you'll be fine. If it feels off, it's off. Don't question it, Libra. Remember, trust. Trust. So there's that part too. Perhaps that trust is coming in for you because the most important thing is to trust yourself here, all right? Trust yourself to avoid potential heartache here, Libra, and regret, okay? Because there's some people coming around here that want to connect with you, and some, you know, truly are for you, and some aren't. Some are against you, okay? Let's get some more details about this, Libra. Always, it is the way with Libra. We have to remember that the house of Libra, the house that is the 7th house, is the house of open enemies. Right? Yeah. It ain't hidden when it comes to Libras, okay? We're very familiar with this energy. Yeah, see, we got 6 of Cups here. So there's some kind of soulmate type of energy coming in here for you. This is why it's tricky, right? Because there's somebody you're really meant to connect with here. There is somebody or some people that you are meant to connect with. They're part of your party, you know, on this campaign to head on up to the North Node to activate the destiny. So there are people that you do need to welcome onto your path. But there are those who are silver-tongued and you can't trust their words. I always say in a climate like that, where there's people that have agendas and you've already dealt with this kind of mess, it's best to just trust what you see. Actions reveal everything. It doesn't matter what somebody says. It doesn't matter what somebody pledges. What matters is how somebody shows up, period. It makes it very simple here to cut through a lot of unnecessary complication. I do feel like somebody may be coming your way because they spread some lies about you. They talk some smack about you, and they're sort of suffering a blow because of that. Maybe because the way you're showing up is sort of defying everything they spoke about you here. And so they're wanting to come around to hope that they can realign with you and thereby save their reputation. All right, you do need to be aware of this, okay? Yeah, because there's some people that are starting to see some things differently, and some of these energies are traitorous energies, man. They're turncoats, and they're coming back around, and now they want to be friends, you know, because they're realizing it's not such a good look back there. But you need to be aware of this. And see, that's wild. I didn't even notice it. This is the energy that came out there, you know, again, that Two of Pentacles, right? It's somebody that wants to throw things out of balance for you. Like, it's like you just got to a place where you found something out and somebody's wanting to stir it up again, like bringing the circus to town. It's got the flying monkeys energy, Libra. You know this, though. You know what that energy signature feels like. You do, man. You do. You do. And I know this energy's out there. I've already encountered it myself. And I'm like, oh, no, I know what this is about. We're not playing that, okay? Yeah, see, we got this Knight of Pentacles energy in reverse. Do you see? This is something that you already let go of because you recognize that it was weighing you down. It was preventing you from being able to really rise up into your North Node. You already learned this lesson in the South Node. So this is something that's coming back around from that time, from like the past couple years, okay? That's trying to find a way back in again. It's some message. You're going to get a message from somebody here, okay? But this person's sort of appearing like, you know, it's all good, you know, everything's good between us. No, 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 because it's in reverse. It says, makes birds appear as though they are tame here, right? But this is in reverse. So that lets me know that I think it'll be very transparent to you that this person's seething inside. That's what I got, okay? Knight of Pentacles energy, why do they want to reconnect? To slow you down. Knight of Pentacles in reverse is like coming to a grinding halt, where you're wanting to see progress in some foundation you've laid. You let this particular character in, it's going to be a problem. All right? Yeah. It's going to be a problem. I got like, this may appear sometime around the changing into Chinese New Year. We're entering the year of the serpent, okay? Interesting. Any more details about that before we move on? Around potential reversal here. It just looks like it's something that could slow you down with just unnecessary BS. Like the circus is coming to town. That's what I keep hearing. So there might be like some connecting point there. So I keep hearing that the circus is coming to town. Some of you may know people. You may know people who work in the circus. Okay, it's coming in. I'm going to bring it in. It's coming in. There might be something about that. Don't get roped into some circus. Interesting. Don't get roped into some circus. If you get, I know it sounds odd, but if you get some opportunity to be involved in a circus, like a legit circus, Libra, I wouldn't go for that. This is something that'll really slow you down, actually. It's not anything that's going to benefit you. Boom. And with that, right on top of this character here. Yes, Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords, okay? That's your energy, Libra, okay? Yes, it says increase your intelligence. Can transform a person into a bird. Peacock energy coming in here. See, so with the peacock feathers, they have all those little eyes on the feathers, right? It's like this warding energy. I feel like this is something you need to be aware of here. Just make sure that you are staying connected to the lessons you learned in the past about certain characters here. You went through certain experiences where it did increase your intelligence. You're more savvy than you were before, where you used to be, you know, maybe too trusting of people you shouldn't have been so trusting with, right? You could be dealing with another air sign energy here too. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius coming in. Okay, that is presenting some opportunity to you. And there could be like a circus connection, or you could just know that this person comes connected to a lot of monkey business. Like, you know, that they kind of turned on you back there, okay? And they might be trying to play it off as like something light, and you know it's not. And you could also feel that this person's connected to other people that are part of a sort of flying monkeys situation, like a group of people who is sort of, you know, are connected to somebody else that you share in common. Okay? That likes to stir things up. Drama here. Right? Whatever this is, you're supposed to have this moment that you can be proud of this year. And it's something that's been held back for a long time. And I feel you already moved through this. And these characters are coming around now, okay? They're coming around now because they realize the efforts didn't work. And so it's sort of like one of those things, keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. All right? Cut the deck on this, Libra, just to cap off this message. Nine of Swords, do you see? Causes great battles and wars, causes wounds to putrefy. Like, whoever this character is, they are bitter and they are resentful here, and they're still holding on to it, and they won't give this up. Like, they're gunning for you. There could be a Sagittarius connection here, just with that Archer energy there, I have to say. And with that, we have a Queen of Pentacles. Okay, thank you. I appreciate outing here. That's nice. Thank you for giving sort of a place to look. Okay, so this could be a business competitor. All right. This could be somebody that has a strong earth sign placement, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This is somebody, you'll know who this is, because this is somebody who thinks they know everything. They think they know everything. And they think that they have to tell everybody else how they should do things, what they should do, what the right thing is, what the wrong thing is. This person thinks they have all the answers. They're very headstrong. They're very stubborn. And they're pretty confident in their ability to be able to sway people to their side. And I think that they've been successful with this before. But this person, they're gunning for you. Okay, that's what I got. There could be a Sagittarius connection in there too with the Nine of Swords. That might be why they're gunning for you. All right, just saying. That could be related to the ninth house of Sagittarius. They see you moving into expansion. Oh no, we can't have that. We can't have that. Okay, so this is who you need to be aware of here. And I would be especially leery with any approach that involves like, you know, getting involved financially with this character, especially where you already feel like you dealt with something really shady from them in the past. Don't sign on for any circus. All right. Let's check out your fortune. Okay, so let's see what luck is working in your favor, what allies are coming in. Oh, I like how it opens up. Yeah, cleanse that away, man. Make sure you've cleansed all of that away by the end of Aquarius season. So you may even hear from somebody in relation to this in the opener of the year. Aquarius season is just around the corner here, any day now, okay? So yes, there's a need for transformation here. Something should be cleansed away. That's in your favor. That will bring you luck, Libra. It also is going to give you some kind of consolation for some adversity you faced here. You are moving away from that energy with the Eight of Cups. And I do feel like there's some real defining point here that comes in an Aquarius season for you that really lets you know, okay, that's water under the bridge. I'm now to the other side of that. All right. All right, let's check this out. What is the luck coming in and allies coming in for Libra in 2025 spirit? What is the hand of fortune that Libra will be dealt in 2025 spirit? What is the hand of fortune that Libra will be dealt in 2025? What is the luck on their side, and who are their allies in 2025 spirit? All right, let's check it out. Basis of the matter, King of Cups. Oh, okay. It says restitution, finds stolen objects and discovers the person responsible. So we got a King of Cups here. Looks like a little love action too, I have to say. So a lot of this could be related to somebody you're coming into alignment with. The people don't want to see you coming into alignment with, Libra. That's what it looks like. But it also says here, God's seeing everything. So somebody saw what happened over yonder there. Spirit saw what happened over there, kept a record of that. There's some kind of restitution happening for you. Somebody tried to steal something from you, take something from you, claim it as their own, and something's being rectified here. And whoever was causing interference is getting called out. Okay, well, that's good. That's always positive energy. Oh my God. Queen of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. Damn. Spirit's not playing around. Intellectual lucidity, it says. Yep. Provides consolation and compensation. Okay, somebody's paying up here. I see that. Wow. That's like twice it comes through. Yep. And this comes in reverse in relation to what? Knight of Cups. Okay. So yeah, something was supposed to come your way a long time ago, I have to say. And that's been hidden from you, but you're about to discover this. It's going to bring some luck for you. This hasn't arrived on your path yet, okay? Currently, you do not have this revelation. This is a revelation that's to come. It's going to be like a lucky turn of fate here that leads to your fortune. And you're going to discover something that was hidden, and it leads to a certain treasure that needs to be protected here. So some secret's being spilled, and this is a turn of fortune for you. Wow. Okay. Give me more details about this luck. Luck and allies coming in for Libra in 2025. Three of Swords on the bottom of the deck. Look at that sword and the stone energy. Again, it's giving those vibes of you experience the thorns and you're getting the sweetness of the bloom here. It says love and submission. It's like give yourself over to love. Something is being healed here. There also may be a significant healing that you're experiencing with a parent that's coming in. There could be a parent as well that's been dealing with some kind of health issue, and they're experiencing some kind of return of vitality here. I got this coming in. Eight of Wands in reverse, okay? Interesting. So this is what's luck or fortune for you. So to you, it may have felt like a really negative thing that some kind of movement was halted. But what I got is, this is really interesting. Those who were like working against you, okay, to try to prevent something from coming together or trying to put blocks on your path or just causing complication for you, they actually benefited you. There's something that wouldn't have been ready to come into alignment back then. That's what I got with the Eight of Wands in reverse. And this isn't here yet either, okay? So this isn't something that is going to come in right away, Libra. This takes its time. This takes its time. But when you see what comes to be because something else was held up or blocked or didn't come to fruition in the way you thought it should, it's going to like make you a believer. If you were a believer before that there's something more to life than you just live, die, turn to dirt, worms eat you, I think you're going to feel quite inspired. It's that kind of experience. You don't see this coming. It's going to be a surprise, okay? It's somebody that will come your way that was held back here or something. It could be somebody bringing an opportunity your way, some kind of invitation, and it turns things around. Interesting. But right now, there may be, it's interesting that the energy that comes out upright is this Three of Swords. And it's sort of saying maybe there's still a need to integrate some more around sort of the past cycle and just sort of like nurture yourself and focus on where you're going, then be really concerned about anything else at this time. Also, you might be focused on a parent that has been dealing with some health challenges. And so you're kind of, looking in that direction. That's more at the forefront, I think. So there's a little delay in this coming in, but this is something that will turn out to be quite beneficial for you. But it's like things have to line up in a certain way. That's what I got, Libra. Okay, so let's do a cut of the deck. Close that out, see what's coming in there. Ace of Wands. So yeah, there's some big new beginning coming in here. Ace of Wands is a fall timing card. Ace of Wands is also the energy of like getting the power back in your hands. Very fire forward. Whatever this is, it grows and grows and grows and grows. It says fertility and multiplicity. So it's like one new beginning leads to another. And there's just a lot of expansion here, a lot of growth here. I really see that happening in the fall. Okay, so fall is going to be a big harvest time for you this year. And there's a lot of protection against despair. It says helps one be patient. So you see, don't worry, your moment's going to come. You're going to get your flowers. Your moment's going to come, Libra, but you have to be patient for it. It's really about timing. So I feel like you're still meant to sort of be in this healing place and integrating place and also getting really focused on just sort of like your lane and what you need to do to make certain things come into alignment this year. Whoa. And then the other side there, we have the 10 of Pentacles, you see. It'll be worth it, Libra. 10 of Pentacles, that is that activation of the North Node. It's also big 10th house activity. So yes, you're stepping up. You're stepping up in 2025. You're not going to just have the Ace of Wands there. I also see you already had the Chalice energy come in. So Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands, Ace of Swords here. Looks like an Ace of Pentacles you're charging forward with. All upon the pearl of wisdom you gained from the past. See, delays work to our advantage. Always be grateful when you face a challenger on your path. Challengers are there to help you grow. If you really look at things in an even broader perspective, you can really consider that your challengers came specifically to help you level up. That's why they showed up on your path. So you could learn to approach things in a new way. So you would have to pull a little something more out of yourself to rise above the provocation and the obstacles, okay? Whatever got pulled out of you here, it is the seed of this big level up. 10 of Pentacles. This is excellent energy here, Libra. Yes, yes, yes. And it says, because of the inner and outer work you did, you're going to be able to keep your job. Okay. So this is good, right? So it looks like you know what you're here to do, and that's firmly in place. It's part of your north node. Okay. So your work is part of your north node, and there's protection here against any disasters. There's also a good rise in finances, money, stability. Looks really good this year. All right. That's excellent, Libra. Now we're going to look at the hand that you're going to play, 45:22 on the clock. And it's weird because I felt compelled to use the Tarot of the Dragons for this for you instead of the Arcane BS deck. I am going to use the Arcane BS deck, but I'm going to use it for the mundane part of the reading, where we really look at just like, your health, your wealth, your love, and get a little spiritual guidance. I thought that was so weird that it switched up. And so both of those are kind of more sort of magical kind of energy, both of these decks. So maybe there's some kind of piece about 2025 being a little out of the ordinary, like expect the extraordinary within the ordinary in 2025. Ooh, bottom of this deck, Sire of Swords. Look at that. Your energy. There's that Stone of Destiny energy right there. There's some transformation coming in here, Libra, and you can stand on that. All right, so with this deck, your energy is coming out pretty strong, Libra. I should hope so, man. You better not be stuck down in that south node as long as you were and deal with all that lashing and not learn something out of the experience, man. Okay, so we're going to just do real simple here. We're going to do 3 cuts of the deck. And what we're looking at is we're going to look at the hand you're going to play. And that's related to, first of all, what your strengths, what your power-ups, what your level-ups will be in 2025. Then we are going to check out what magics you will be wielding, you'll hold, you'll recover in some cases, or claim in 2025. And then we are going to look at what was the third one? The advantages. Yes, the advantages that you will have in 2025. All right, you're like, I've had to work with disadvantages for so long. What's an advantage? All right, so we're going to check this out, Libra. We're going to check this out, see what's going on with this. And 3 cuts of the deck to determine this for you, Libra. All right, this first cut here is going to be for the advantages you'll have in 2025. Okay, the middle cut here is going to be for the magics that you will hold, wield, recover, discover in 2025. And this is for your empowerments, your level ups, where you'll be strong in 2025. I already had a feeling there was something about you coming into some kind of treasure in 2025. And when I say that, what each of us views as treasure is something different. I do feel like there is a level up financially for Libras in 2025, but it's also something a lot more personal than that. It's like something that you'll really treasure on a soul level. So I think that's why I was drawn to pull out the Dragon Tarot for this portion, because to me, dragons are all about like warding and protecting that treasure. So dragon also coming in as an ally for you. Okay, let's check it out. All right, this is your strengths, your empowerments. Ooh, we got Knight of Wands. I like this. Okay. So yeah, we already know that you're going to get that Ace of Wands, and that this is going to help you blaze a trail forward here. Also, strengths, empowerments, level ups. There may be an opportunity coming in for you that really makes you feel excited, something that does really inspire you to take action and charge forward with this, blazing a trail with this. I do feel also where you felt really held back in 2024, or like things were moving very slowly. Once things pick up in 2025, they move forward very quickly, right? 50:11 on the clock. It will be a big change, but it brings you into sudden alignment here. Fire energy forward here. Do work with the fire in your chart. Look where you have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius placements. Look where you got your Mars. Look where you got your Jupiter. Look where you got your sun. I mean, if you're a Libra sun, you know, really bring your Libra essence forward. Whatever your sun is, sun forward. That's about action, the activating force, okay? But I do see something's going to come in here. It's an opportunity. It gives you a chance to really show what you're working with. Step into your power. You will have to take action on this. If you do, it will blaze a trail forward for you, okay? So I like that you're coming in very strong there. That's good energy, Libra. Ooh. And right on the top of the deck, we got Page of Wands. So, okay, it's like amplified here. Definite news coming in. News, some kind of news coming in. This is a game changer. This could be something involving a fire sign energy. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It gives a lot of pedal to the metal. It's like it's something that speeds things up. It lights things up. It blazes a trail here. Very cool energy. Okay, it definitely comes in through news though. News that gets things moving, puts you in a position of power. Let's do a cut of deck on that. I'm really just curious to get more details. Ace of Pentacles. Wow. Okay, so yeah, there's some new beginning coming in here. New beginning. This is spring timing card. Okay, so I feel like the news comes in the spring, moves you into action there. Yeah, you definitely get news about this Page of Pentacles. This could be something in relation to your work, some kind of progress you want to see in your career, some kind of material advancement you want to experience here. I mean, there's definitely something being discussed here around practicalities. Big rebirth energies. This may be a resurgence in your career or some project brought on through a collaboration or through some news coming in. Gives you an opportunity to advance quickly. Wow. Okay, that's pretty wild, Libra. Now we're going to look at the magics that you'll hold, the magics you'll be wielding, recovering, discovering in 2025. Three of Wands. Well, I like this. You've opened the road. You're seeing your manifestations coming in. So I feel like this is something that's already set in motion. There was already something you alchemized. There was already some intention you set. There was already something you sealed. You sealed. I wanted to say that you seeded out in the fields of multiplicity. Maybe it's sealed the deal. Signed, sealed, delivered. I just heard it's yours. Okay, so there's something coming in here. I feel like this is some manifestation that was already set in motion. You've been waiting a while for this, but with the Three of Wands, this is coming in. So it's like, just wait. Just wait. It's already on its way. Nothing you need to do here. And with that, we got the Knight of Swords. So look at that. Yes, just wait. You have the ability to stay very centered while everything else is whirling about you in quite a frenzy with that tornado energy. But do you see the sword is like the calm eye in the sword? I also got this piece of you really being able to draw down the ether and connect it with the roots. And I'm getting this very specifically as being able to draw down the ether in the form of working with that like Dakini, Skywalker energy, or working with the angelic realm and bringing that sort of DV energy down and rooting it in the roots. I'm hearing like Dogda. I'm hearing fairy. I'm hearing like the earth spirits, the spirits of the earth. There's something about uniting the two realms, the ether realms and the earth realms together through a unification point. I see that sword energy coming down there, and it reminds me of Archangel Jophiel. Archangel Jophiel brings that quality, bringing the beauty of the heavens to manifest on earth. And then when I think of the counterpart of that for fairy, I think of he of the fiery sword that brings that inspiration that forges the way. I'm almost seeing the merging of the two, meeting in the middle of you. And it's like creates all this like almost kinetic activity around you, whirling around you. It really stirs things up. It may create a lot of change, but you feel very calm in the center of this revolving landscape. That's what's coming through, Libra. Knight of Swords energy. You got Fragorov here, so there's some truth you're acting on. You got the answers you need. It's an electrifying moment. It moves things quickly, swiftly, changes the landscape. Look, down at the bottom here, there's that, I don't know if you can see it, but see, it's touching down and it's forming the infinity symbol, and it's making me think of that, like the devolution cycle, right? And then it morphs into the revolutionary cycle, that double spiral energy coming in again. Okay, what's touching down here? Let me do a cut of the deck on this. What do we got? Four of Cups. It's the miraculous chalice that's on the other side of the three that were abandoned. Okay. And what does it bring? Page of Cups. You're getting a lot of news coming in here, bringing opportunities, bringing beginnings here. Okay. Something is a source of reflection here to be aware of. Okay. Remember, just remember, okay, because I'm seeing this heron energy here, and this heron has a fish in its mouth. And even though I'm not using the Arcane DS deck, it's so funny. The energy of that deck is still coming in here for this, because there is a card in that deck called the Heron Bearer. And it's got a person, much like this dragon, like looking down, you know, trying to find something. And this heron has the fish in the mouth and is on the back of this person looking. I feel like I should pull it out. It has relevance here. It has relevance here. I'm being guided to pull it out, show you. Okay. Let's see. Gotta find it. Got Papa Macho sitting on the bottom of this deck. Oh, so it looks like you might be finally taking the bull by its horns in a particular situation too, in relation to this, Libra. Okay. So something is being revealed here with the heron bearer. Yes, I got that piece, like something's a red herring. Something's a red herring, something's a distraction. So there is this piece about being able to scry through the waters. And I think of the waters energy for this type of magic. It's not just like being able to peer into like the surface of water and get messages, but also understand the water nature, right? There's something about Being able to really use the waterway, lagos, use the intuition to see the true nature of opportunities that are coming your way. I do feel like there's a lot of news coming in here, Libra, and they're bringing these opportunities for new beginnings, but you do have to remember not all are beginnings that you should take, because some will hold you up. And this is where you're really going to have to listen to your intuition. Of course, there it is. See, it's really like this mimicking energy. And I feel like this is the energy that is coming in here. You see? It's like you're looking for something, like I'm looking for the key, or I'm looking for that missing piece. And you're in this like reflective state. And as you're in this reflective state, trying to find the answers, here comes this same character here, right? Is flying in with a message. And it looks like they got a red herring in their mouth. Look, and right behind that card is the Three of Swords, right? So you're going to have to see through this character's deception, because there is somebody coming through here that you do have to be aware of. With the fish energy, that is reminding me of the house of Pisces, 12th house. So I feel like this is a hidden influence that you need to be aware of that could sabotage. But I think you're going to be able to see through the deception, all right? That's one of the magics you'll recover. This will slow you down. This is like hitching a ride kind of energy. Also potentially leading you astray. So you do need to be aware of this, okay? All right. Now that we got that action, let's check out what your advantages are in 2025. Oh, well, you got a fresh start here with the Fool. And it's got longevity. And you got the eye of the tiger, the thrill of the fight. And look at that. You already got your bloom. It's assured, even though you can't see it yet. It's there. But you do have two. Do you see? You have two on the periphery, and they're keeping an eye on you in this new beginning. So this is something you do need to be mindful of. But your road is already open. You're playing the long game here. Okay, pacing yourself. Pacing yourself will be to your advantage. Just stay really focused. Stay focused, rest when you need to, pace yourself. It's not a race. Play the long game here. You have what it takes to endure here, okay? And there's something that's already assured, even though you don't see it yet, but you do need to be aware. It's to your advantage to be aware that there are a couple here who would like to swipe in, and they'd like to steal that treasure. So you do need to be mindful of this. What's on the top of the deck here for Libra? Ooh, but I don't think this devil is going to be successful, because it looks like you got the devil chained up here, Libra. All right. So somebody may try to foil, but they're not going to be able to prevent this rise. As long as you stay tapped in, to what you feel, and you act on what's true for you, and you trust yourself. I almost feel like that's what 2025 is for you, Libra. It feels like this is the year of, can you trust yourself? Are you able to trust yourself? It's what's going to determine everything. If you don't trust yourself, you could end up, bound in similar situations that you've been in before. If you trust yourself, it's going to be a tables turning moment. I mean, I see you already got the road open here, but you do need to be aware. There's a couple tricksters here on the periphery. Okay, let's do a cut of the deck and see what we got here. Oh, I had every faith in you, Libra. Look at that, Ace of Swords. No, you already got your truth. You're sticking to it. You're acting on it. You got Fraggle Rock here. It is sparking a new beginning with the Ace of Swords. This is in effect right now, okay? We are in winter season, so this is already currently activated for you. What's on the other side here? Are you kidding me? You're Ace of Wands. This reading, look at this. So yeah, here comes the Spear of Lu. You already got this on lock. I really feel like you'd have to really blow it, Libra. That's all I'm going to say. You have no excuses. You'd really have to fumble, man, to backslide here. This is sort of like dialed in for you. There's something you've already got an advantage on. You already got a certain power in your hands. You're already armed with a certain truth, a certain clarity, decisiveness here. Okay, you got new beginnings on deck. I just think that when this, it seems like the cups are where you could trip up, Libra. The cups are where you could trip up. That's what I got, Libra, okay? Because you already have the Ace of Pentacles too. But we didn't see an Ace of Cups, you know what I mean? So I think that you do have that miraculous chalice energy coming in, but there is something about really knowing how to identify that, because I feel like there's some illusory opportunities coming your way that you're going to have to see through. All right. Now we're going to get really weird because I'm going to pull out this Arcane BS deck to get your read for your health, for your wealth, for your love, and for your spiritual guidance. Okay, this first time I'm doing this portion with these cards, so this should be interesting how this will come out. Right, so yeah, I do feel like things might get a little surrealistic this year, Libra. I think you might be ready for that, though, okay? I think you might be ready for it. You might be ready for a little adventure after the grind of the South Node, okay? So first off, let's look at what's coming in for Libra's health in 2025. What is coming in for Libra's health in 2025, Spirit? All right, Libra's health in 2025. Ooh. Okay, so we have death here coming in. So I think that, you really may have been looking at the march of time, noticing how your body's been feeling, recognizing that certain things have to come to an end, certain habits have to come to an end that are sort of not supporting you, having that longevity that you want to have in life. And you may be getting a little older, so this may be why you're looking at those kind of things. You want to have a real high quality of life as you grow older. You don't want to be all like decrepit, So I do feel you might be looking at bone health specifically. You might be looking at, doing something to really strengthen your bones. You might be taking up strength training. Strength training is one of the best things you can do for your bones, just to preserve your bone mass. Also, some of you may be experiencing ocular migraines. Okay, I got that. It might be related to a certain habit, a certain food you're eating. That keeps kind of like sparking this symptom. So there's something you really need to pay attention to here. Something needs to be cut off. So if you are experiencing ocular migraines, it sort of feels like it starts in the eye and then you got it covering like one side of your head, or it got like big, like cluster migraine kind of energy. Usually that only affects like one side of the head. There's something related to, it's some kind of habit. It's something, I feel like it's something you're consuming, something you're eating that's bringing this on. It also may be too much stress. Okay, so know when you need time to rest as well. You might want to start like some kind of real simple journal to sort of like track your symptoms around migraines for those of you that deal with that. And just notice, like, what was I eating before this came on? What was the last meal I had before this came on? There's something that can be pinpointed there. And yes, I do feel like you're just sort of looking at the march of time, maybe because you're hearing of other people falling ill, or, maybe you're hearing about others that are really experiencing some challenges, and you're sort of looking at yourself going, you know what? I don't want to end up in that boat. There's things I need to change here. Some of you may have seen somebody, pass on in an untimely way because they neglected their health. And so this may be sort of at the forefront of your consciousness. But I see a lot of effort to cut off unhealthy behaviors, and something about really looking at the march of time and maybe having that sort of brought on by seeing other people, um, have their time cut short because they didn't make certain changes. This is sort of how it's coming through. Well, what's going on for Libra's health in 2025? I do feel like there are certain things you need to cut off, Libra, because if you don't, it could really, have some serious health ramifications if you don't take care of them. This is coming through. Okay. Interesting. So with the maze face, again, it's making me think of like, a cluster migraine and how you can kind of like have it hit at all different places. And it can be really sort of difficult to ascertain like what's causing this or what's bringing that on. I also feel like you may be dealing with some kind of health issue that you're really trying to figure out a solution for. You've tried a lot of different approaches, but they haven't been too effective up to this point. But see, there's an Ace of Wands here, so I do feel like you're going to figure something out in relation to a health issue that sort of challenged you, where you've tried many different things and it hasn't worked, and you're going to be able to figure this out. You're finally going to get to the center of it. And then you're taking some new action here, Libra, that transforms this health condition. For some of you, it's related to migraines. I do got that. I also feel like there's something here that maybe like your body's crying out because you're not looking at the emotional layers of it or the spiritual layers of it. So I do have something here about just figure out what's going on with the physical symptoms. It's almost like you need to get more in touch with what you're feeling emotionally and what's coming up for you spiritually. So you might want to work with meditation a bit. It can be very beneficial for you to just spend some quiet time just working with your breath and feeling what you're feeling and noticing where the tension is in your body and breathing into those tense places and just letting like any imagery surface in your mind that wants to come in, okay, to just really get in touch with this. But I do feel like whatever you're recognizing here, whatever you come to, you're taking some action. And then there's like a lot of improvement in your health. I'm also getting something here about like steps. Steps may be a good way to improve your health. So yeah, you can walk a labyrinth too. So maybe you're taking up like a walking practice, or maybe you're climbing steps, like doing some kind of physical movement could be very beneficial for you. You might be doing more hiking as well. Okay, these are all things that I feel can really benefit you here. All right. Interesting. Interesting. And some of you are not wanting to share your energy right now on an intimate level. You may be sort of just staying in your own energy here because you're really focusing on refining yourself. And with a giant sperm fighting a dove here, I do feel like for those of you that are choosing to do that, like you're choosing to just sort of stay in your own energy for a bit, really improve the relationship with yourself. I think that that's a wise choice. It does look like you're still in sort of like this sort of reflective period here, integration period here. You really value your peace, your solitary time. And I think that this is important for you too, to have this balance as well in 2025 in terms of your health. It's all tied in, mind, body, spirit is really all tied into the physical health. But I do feel like some of what you're experiencing physically might be because you've been, too focused on sort of what you need to do in the day-to-day grind, that you haven't made enough time to integrate some of your experiences. And so sometimes when we don't do that, our body will start screaming out at us. You'll get injured or you'll get sick. So you'll stop. and you can like feel what you're feeling and what's going on. So I do feel like this is really important for you in 2025 in terms of your health, to make sure you're taking time for self-reflection, meditation, getting in some movement, but it doesn't necessarily have to be really aggressive movement either. Just, getting your steps in, also one step at a time. Maybe don't try to transform everything overnight. Take it one step at a time. Will get you where you need to go. And yeah, some of you are choosing not to, engage intimately with others right now as well, just so you can really be in that place where you're feeling like, hey, I'm in my own essence, my own energy. You may have gone through a lot of difficulties in the romance department, and you're just like, I need some space myself right now. So I do see, that's at least for a lot of you an initial focus here. Okay. But it looks good. It does look transformational. It does look like a leveling up here. Let me go ahead and do one more cut of the deck to see if there's any more information there about your health. Yeah, I think you're doing a lot of like unplugging. That's sort of what it feels like. You know that there's a lot of heavy energy out there in the world. You know that it could be really easy to take this on. So there also might be something about you just being more sensitive at this time too. So don't put yourself on overload, and also take breaks from being online. Take breaks from being tapped in. It's okay, to take some space from that too. Make sure you have things in balance. Maybe don't fall asleep to, watching something online, or don't be online on your computer up until the point that you turn in at night, because that can kind of, overtake your energy too. It can prevent you from getting good quality sleep as well. So this is just really staying detached from the matrix, not letting that energy in. Yeah, you're protecting your peace here from these energies that can have too much authority in our lives. And then the next thing you're just got all this kind of like worldview stuff that's going on, is affecting the consciousness. You're thinking about how the Pope just opened up the portal to, the evil realm, and here you're just trying to get some peace, but this is what sort of programs our consciousness. If we're like tuning into that stuff before bed. So be mindful of what you're consuming too. I feel like that's important for your health. You might want to do some clearing out online too. If you spend a lot of time on social media, you might want to, clear the decks in that regard too. Take some breaks here, okay? You do that, and I think you're going to feel like a lot of your energy returning too. We don't recognize how that can be a real energy drain, all right? Okay, let's look at Libra's wealth in 2025. What is Libra's money situation looking like in 2025? How's Libra doing financially with their career and all that jazz in 2025? Ooh, well, I mean, you're on a mission with vengeance here. You got your sights set on something. You got your heart to the wheel here. You know where you want to go, and you're going to make sure you get there. I do see you, just skating there, man. You are ready, though. There's some dream you have here. There's some vision you have here for your work. Maybe this is your life's work, and you're at it with a vengeance. Okay. So you got a lot of sense of purpose here, and you're ready to defend this to the end. I got, oh yeah, you are. I got a uterus with feet there. So there is something here where you got something, something that's coming through you. It is coming through, is that miraculous chalice energy. It's really interesting here, like almost like that uterus looks like a chalice. See, so there's something that you're giving birth to here in terms of your career, something you're working on, and there's a lot of growth that will come from this, I have to say. You got a little bit of a secret sauce here, a magic formula that you're enacting. And there's a lot of growth. You got some vision that, you know, has been held back for a while, but this is the year it gets wings. You're not a pawn anymore, okay? You may have felt like a pawn. I do feel like there's something that was held back for you at one point, but whatever that was, and again, it's got like this two energy, whatever was brought to an end. There's two people here, or there's two different situations, you know, that you brought to a close, and that's what's allowing this to come forward here for you. But I see there's something here you're really defending. You're like, no, no, this is coming into being. And it's something about that determination that's going to put you in a different position this year. Okay, let's check this out, Libra. What's coming in here for Libra in terms of their wealth in 2025? Keep it in the bag too. These things that you're working on, all these wands, these actions that you want to take in regard to that, Libra, keep it in the bag. All right. This is not something you want to announce ahead of time. Just keep diligently working on it. And I don't care how well you know the person. You can trust somebody implicitly, and still it's better to just keep it in the bag. And I say that because sometimes when you speak something and you put it out there into existence, like it's out there, it's in the ether, you know, and then the next thing you know, somebody else has tapped into that current, and it's taken out of your hands. Look at this, see? It's taken out of your hands, this coming in here. So I do see like you're elevating here. There's something that you got a bird's eye view of, and you know there's challenges here. And that's why I feel like you're sort of in this position like, no, I really got to defend this because you got something here. And it is your North Star. It is something that will be your crowning moment if you stay focused here. I do see elevation. I like this energy, but it does really require that you kind of keep it in the bag, okay? That you're nobody's pawn, that you're aware that there's interfering elements here. And the moves you're going to make, the actions you're going to take, just keep it zipped, man. All right? Keep it zipped. There's nothing wrong with you keeping it to yourself, Libra. All right? It's in your best interest. Cut of the deck here. What do we got? Pretty simple. Yeah, because see, you may think it's probably nothing, right? To let somebody in on something, especially if it's somebody you really trust. But no, that can make a real mess of things, right? You really have to just trust this flow, Libra. Emulate the rat, okay? The rat was the first to greet Buddha, okay? You can be the first up there, and you got your rose in your hand, do you see? And you can just swim up there with ease, right? You're moving in a different way in 2025. You are moving in a different way. Oh, that's interesting. Remember that heron bear medicine that came in, right? They had the red herring. Ah, see, no. You don't need them. You don't need them. So that might be somebody wanting to jump in on a creative project or something here. Be careful about that. Be careful about that, Libra, okay? Because you already got what you need to move forward here. You already got what you need to swim upstream. It is a little bit of a swim upstream. There's a lot kind of coming through here about you have to be strong. You have to really be focused. You got to get your work together. Like you got to get some structure going here because there's something you're going to be bringing in here that's really going to require that kind of investment, but it does pay off. You get your rose, you get the sweetness of the bloom, you will get there. It's going to be different than how you've gotten there before, though. And you have everything you need to get there yourself. Okay? All right, it looks good, but don't just assume that it's probably nothing when you got like the alarms firing off inside in relation to like people that you're, you know, doing any kind of partnering with, or, you know, anything that just feels a little bit off, you know, in terms of work situations or investments. Really pay attention to that so you don't end up in a tight spot. I feel like as long as you're aware of this, and it looks like you are, because you're already sort of like coming in with that stance. It looks good. I see you activating your North Node here with this. Yep. because you're making the decisions that you need to make in order to cut this stuff off. You see that? You're making the decisions that need to be made to cut off what's been tying things in a knot, creating complication. You're using your brain here. I like this because you know when to be in your heart, but it's like, don't forget your sword's nature. You also need to know when to be decisive. So yeah, you may be cutting off a particular network of people that you know just slow things down. This is wise. That almost looks like brains. It's like, don't let them be the brains behind your operation. You know exactly what to do here. Look at that brain on you. This will be one of the best decisions you ever make here. But I do see you getting that crowning moments. This energy looks really good with the decision maker here, okay? You're going to have to make some executive decisions on what needs to be cut off, what is only creating complication. And that doesn't just have to do with people or interfering elements on that level. It's also, what practices or what are you investing in that isn't worth your time, that's just holding things up? Is there a better way to do something? Is there a way to do something that's more streamlined, that's more convenient, that isn't so complicated, isn't such a process? You might want to look at making some things automated, especially if you do work online. So I feel like all of these things will take a lot off of your sort of like plate as far as worrying about, I got to do this, that, and the other. You can sort of set things up in such a way where there's a real nice flow, where there can be more structure, but you also still get more flow. You can figure out an innovative way to do this, Libra, that can make things more streamlined, advance you where you want to go, but also gives you more time for just sort of like free flow too, okay? So I got something about systems, like putting certain systems in place that has you working smarter, not harder. All right, good energy. Okay, love life. What's coming in the love life for Libra in 2025? What's coming in the love life for Libra in 2025, Spirit? What's coming in amore for Libra in 2025, Spirit? Let's check it out. Ooh, I like this. Okay, we got the weird tree. Oh, something's about to happen here. Something's about to happen where there was some kind of fracturing, where a timeline split. It's lining up and a new vision's going to be hatched here. I do feel it'll be somebody who really lights your fire. It's giving that like kind of Kundalini vibe. Feel like this is a more deep connection here. This is somebody who's just as weird as you, Libra. They're into all that weird ass mystical shit, They want to take a walk on the wild side. They want to venture from the norm with this like goat energy here. This is somebody who wants to experience a higher kind of love. We opened up with that energy. Look, it's also got the stag vibes too, just with the way the branches are coming up off of that weird tree. This is somebody you're really going to feel a sense of like rooted, grounding with strength and love, but it's something very different here. This is a different kind of love, Libra, with that weird tree energy. All right, let's check it out. What's coming in for Libra in love, Spirit, in 2025? There could be some temptation coming into this piece to be aware of, Libra, because I feel like there is a connection here that's very soulful that is coming in, but I also get the piece about beware of temptation that could divert you from the real deal. All right. Again, there's this piece. It's like it's all about trust and your ability to trust yourself. Don't ignore red flags, Libra. So I do feel like there's a special connection coming in here. Yep. And if you're not careful, okay, if you're not careful, Libra, you're going to find yourself in this place. Oops. Well, I guess my future wasn't with that one there. Now I'm kind of like out to lunch. Don't let yourself get catfished here You know, don't fall for some dildo wizard, and then you're just going to end up feeling like a martyr as you find out, what? I'm not the one and only. You got a couple unicorns on the side. You know, this ain't it. This ain't it. Okay, you've done enough time with the pie night here. You've done enough time with the pie night where it's just all about, you know, them getting to have their pie and eat it too. You know, there's something that needs to be balanced out in this situation. Yeah, somebody's biting the hand that feeds them that pie. Just say, Libra. You know, it's time to cut that kind of action off. I got with the golden retriever here. That way you're going to be able to bring balance to your own life, and you get a certain key that opens up a different potential in love, okay? So yeah, I think you've had enough of that kind of action. You've had enough kind of that action there. I feel like you want some satisfaction too. Yeah, you want some satisfaction too, so you're not going to let anything in that bites the hand that feeds them that pie, Libra. Bottom of the deck here. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Nothing like this. You're really giving this message of like, it's either like something other level, weird, mystical, activating, like you're not willing to settle. You're like, no. We're not going to have any more routine in any area of love. No, like, you know, robotic sex, nothing predictable, nothing that's just sort of like the same old on repeat. You need something new. You need something different. You need something that expands your mind here. You also don't want somebody, you know, putting you in this position either where they're running the show and they don't let you, you know, kind of have your own vision for how you want your life to unfold. So it's kind of interesting here. You really want to have like your own sort of individuality essence that you fought very hard for, that you reclaimed in some cases. And you don't want to kind of go back to the same old, you know, roles standard kind of thing that goes on in most relationships where you're just expected to toe the line, you know. Maybe you've dealt with a lot of situations where you felt like you had to sacrifice so somebody else could have, you know, all their desires met. Now you're like, no. And I feel that applies on all levels too, you know. It has a lot to do, I'm getting, with sensual gratification, that, you know, you're just wanting a certain quality of experience there. And you're not looking for surface level. I see it. You're not interested in anything surface, and you're not into the usual, the predictable, like the same old, like you're really wanting a different kind of experience in love. And that's even if you're in a committed relationship. It's like, we need to switch this up a little bit. We need to change it up. Inject some fresh enthusiasm into this scenario here. I do feel like you dealt with a situation where you sacrificed too much, and others kind of got all their needs met, but you felt like you were in this position like a cat licking its butt for all of eternity, you know? You're like, yeah, that don't work for me anymore, you know? Yeah, I mean, I know that this piece is coming in for you, but it looks like you're not really even like focused on that. I feel like you're really focused on sort of like your mystic path. Yeah. Yeah, you might be in a place where you're still like got your walls up a little bit around your heart. I see that, you know, with vengeance there. I don't think you're really receptive to it outright, okay? But I do feel like somebody's going to come around that, you know, they know how to turn you on with wet pants here. I also think it scares you a little bit, okay? That's what I feel. Something's coming in here to test you a bit, Libra, in the love department. Okay. Yes. See, but there's something that is going to come to a close. And I feel like that is being in a situation where you were always at a disadvantage and somebody else got all the delights with King Fancy here. Something's brought to a close. And I feel like that's essential. It's like there's a certain level of gratification that you're not willing to compromise on anymore in matters of love. And I think that's very healthy. See what we got here, Libra. Yeah, it's like I saw the slice of the pie I got, and I saw you with that full pie there. That's not fair. Now that I've seen it, I can't unsee it. Yeah, I mean, you're bringing an end to that, the space death. So I do feel like there is something here about there's a little bit of mystery in terms of your love life, and it's more talking about yeah, the alignment's going to come, but what's more important right now is to not really be focused on that. It's like there is a course correction that's happening here. What's more important now is that you don't kind of like go back to something that didn't work for you before, you know. I don't feel like there's any renewal energy unless there's complete transformation in a situation. And that really starts with you, Libra. Because something does need to come to an end with space death. I think that things did come to an end. You got a lot of space and you were able to get back into your own energy. And that's not something you want to sacrifice here. Yeah. And you've been there. You've been in the hot seat. And you were so effing F after, you know, you bought into what was said to you. But then when you think back to it, you're like, I should have known, you know, I should have known. You don't want another one of those moments, okay? You don't want another one of those moments. You want to move forward in a new way with a raptor, riding a dolphin in space, okay? So there may be, you know, someone from the past that's coming around, and I do feel like for some of you there can be a renewal energy there, but it really depends on the quality of what shows up, because this situation where somebody always has to have the upper hand, and it can be either way, like either the feminine in the situation feels like they always need to have the upper hand with Aunt Brenda here, or the masculine feels that way. These kind of power dynamics, like they don't work for you anymore. Like time's up on that. There's a transformation that's needed here. Okay. And so I do feel like you're sort of like measuring things against that, like how things are showing up, so you don't put yourself in another tight spot. And I do think you'll be tested. I mean, I'd like to tell you you won't, but you will. You will. So choose wisely, because it does look like there is something that's coming in that's more like what you're looking for, right? A real deep spiritual connection. Can that be with a current partner? Certainly. But things need to change. And to say they don't, you know, is not going to do you any good. There needs to be a real acknowledgement here where things are at, and where things need to shift, and what you're actually looking for, and what you're okay compromising on, what you're not, all of that. But that starts with you, right? And then you'll find a way through. But it takes a little time, Libra. You need a little space. You still need a little space. You're still integrating, and that's okay. Okay, let's check out spiritual guidance for Libra. The cap is off for 2025. Spiritual guidance for Libra. To cap things off, what spiritual guidance wants to come in for Libra for 2025? What does Spirit want Libra to know? 2025 to cap things off. Bottom of the deck, we got the birthday corpse. Okay, so we know the time's up on something. Okay, so there's certain things that you don't want to renew. You want to enter this year with more lightness of being, more sense of levity. I also got big rebirth day energy for you, Libra. So this year is when you get to start again, okay? You get to start brand new. You closed up the South Node energy there, and now it's time to elevate, right? It's time to rise on up to the North Node. There will be change that's required in order to do this with those 5 candles there. There also may be 5 actions that you need to take. You know, it's like 5 aces of wands. There's a lot of potential for empowerment this year, but it's also a lot of power to hold. So you have to think about that, okay? It will bring changes into your life. There's certain things you're going to need to do different. But if you stay the course, you're going to have, you know, a beautiful new beginning here that will bring a sense of joy and levity into your life. God, you had a hummingbird medicine come out earlier too. So this is just about, ooh, yeah, Libra. I like it. I like it, Libra. Okay, we'll take it. Yeah, you're definitely moving into your Empress energy. Okay, we got Chaos Mom here. So there's that North Node Stag energy, Stone of Destiny energy coming in. You're ready to go off the beaten path here. You're ready to get a little wild. You're ready to pick up the scent of that trail. I also feel like you're working with that chaos as the creative force that it is. You're flowing naturally with what's coming your way. You're moving more spontaneously. And again, I like all this energy. It's like wherever you're going, this isn't the usual experience. Like, it's not. It's somewhere you've never been. And I don't care if you're connecting with people that, you know, you've known for a while. It don't matter. This is territory you all have never covered here. So there's a lot of newness coming in. And I just really see you being in this place where, to me, and there's been repeat themes that kind of came in through your read. I think you're feeling like a lot more free. And I just heard Born to be Wild, you know, that song. So it's got that vibe, that song, Born to be Wild. That's sort of like your montage song this year, I feel, okay? It's time to get your motor running, head out on that highway, look for adventure, you know, and whatever comes your way. And I just sort of feel like that is your approach this year. That is the best approach for you to have, to not need to have it figured out, to not be in an anticipatory state, because you're just really in this moment where all the action's going down. I think this looks like it's going to pay off quite well for you. This is a lot of things you're bringing into being too with Chaos Mom. You're birthing a lot of new beginnings here. Okay, anything else that wants to come through around this? Creative energy coming through for Libra spirit, these new beginnings. One more round and then we'll do a cut and we'll call this good, Libra. Did it fall? Fell all the way down. Oh, okay. I like that. Oh, I like that. This is what you're throwing away. I like that. So yes, you're recognizing like you can't hoard the swords. You can't put all your like resilience and sort of like stubbornness into holding on to the swords, like holding on to all the pain, because that makes you kind of like an island here, right? And it's evoking that new beginning and the Aries energy that was hosting the North Node. But there's something here where you're recognizing that you can't be in this like contracted space to activate what wants to come in here for you. It's time for you to move more into that like more open, like free flowing, letting it all hang out, you know, not worrying if it looks a little messy or if it looks a little chaotic or if it's not pristine and perfect and polished with everything held so neatly in place and controlled, right? This is just a whole different flow here. So I think you're throwing away an approach that maybe was more intellectual, that was more strategic, that was more formulaic, that was more by the book, and you're entering more into this kind of ecstatic sort of creative free flow. Well, let's try it out. Let's see what happens, you know? And there's a lot that comes through that for you. And also something about not being such an island, like opening up to more experiences, you know, letting more into, connecting with more people too. Okay, so there are connections that are wanting to be established here, Libra. Okay, cut of the deck. Hang in there. Okay, you're almost out the other side. 144, 44 on the clock. There's a last little bit of that fire-tested truth coming through here. I know you're just feeling like you're still sort of in this transformational space, but you're almost to the other side of it. It will be go time soon. Yes, but there's just something here that you got to see first. Okay, it's something that has been like kind of hanging on to your energy, and it's been steering the course here that does need to be released. All right, and I do feel like you're getting tested with this. It's coming in with a false face here, right? Again, that seagull energy, it's sort of like a grabby, like mine kind of energy. This is a person who's like sort of trailing here. There's a test. There's one more test coming here, Libra. You need to be prepared for. And don't get suckered in by appearances and think, oh, but they look so sweet and harmless. Oh, no. Annihilation is what they're after here, Libra. So do stay woke and turn down that cup, because that ain't the miraculous chalice. That's the gross cup. Ew.